Hello and welcome back to Advanced Maths. Today we're looking at the sine rule for non-right-angled triangles. Okay, the first thing we need to know for the sine rule is how to label a non-right-angled triangle. And it's A is the angle and the opposite side is called small a. We label another angle B and the opposite side is called small b. You've guessed it, the third angle is big C and the opposite side is called small c. Let's see that again. Got a triangle, A and A, B and B, C and C. Okay, you need to know how to label these before we move on. Now, let's look at the formulas for the sine rule. To find the lengths using the sine rule, we use this formula over here, where the lengths go on top and the angles go on the bottom inside of the sines. To find the angles, we have the angles on top inside the sines over the lengths on the bottom. Notice the exact same formula just flipped upside down. Okay, let's see that in an example. So here we have an example, and this is a non-right-angled triangle with an angle and the opposite length already labelled. So this is definitely the sine rule. And we can label that like this, and the B and the B are there. We put those numbers into the equation up top, and we get this. We don't bother with the C over sine C in most questions. We have 10 over sine 102 equals x over sine 23. Now look at this divide by sine 23 here. We need to get rid of that. So the way we're going to get rid of divide by sine 23 is by multiplying by sine 23. And it looks like this. We type that into our calculator, press equals, and we get 3.994. And that rounds to 4 centimeters. And we have finished. That is the final answer. Okay. Let's look at that again, but this time we'll try and find an angle. So again, we write the sine rule, and we write it with the angles on top because we're trying to find an angle in this question. Remember that we use the sine rule when it's not a right-angled triangle and we have an angle and its opposite sides. So this is definitely sine rule again. We put those numbers in, well, we label them, and we put those numbers in, like this. And we get rid of divide by 8.5 by multiplying both sides by 8.5. And we're left with this. Now you type this into your calculator, and that's equal to sine of x. You press equals, and you get an answer. But you need to do an inverse sign to get rid of the sine. So you inverse sine of your answer, and that will give you the final answer for the x. So just remember, when you do a calculation and it's equal to sine of something, then you need to do inverse sine to find the actual thing inside the brackets. So we get 51.6 degrees. See if you can do that yourself on the calculator. So try and follow my steps on your calculator and see if you also get 51.6 degrees. Right, when you're ready, we'll have some practice. If you'd like to rewatch the video before we start practice, that's fine. So here's 4 questions for you, and they're all sine rule because for all of them we have an angle and its opposite sides. Have a go, and I'll reveal the answers in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. How did you do? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.